So behind me is the Fresh Starts Community Garden here in St. Louis, Missouri, and they are doing incredible work providing this community with food, and it is in the middle of what the USDA categorizes as a food desert. And we're gonna do a project that's gonna turn this food desert into a food forest.
And be sure you eat the seed, okay? Because if you just munch on the outer part and not the seed, it's not hot.
Okay. Oh, look at that. It's
Is it hot?
Oh, it's so very hot.
Oh, it's immediate.
Yeah, it's immediately spicy.
It hurts me.
He's bringing us a tomato.
Now it looks rough, but it's good, okay?
I'm
So
sure
right
it's
on
good.
that sand.
You got it.
Take that picture
All
and
right.
bite that tomato
All right.
down. He's coming
Oh
this
man,
down.
that is so sweet. Oh, good. Matt wants some now. Got him. He's waiting for it, Rosie.
I started the garden in 2009, and I started because I closed my daycare down. I had a home daycare across the street in my house. So when I closed the daycare down, I decided, well, I think I go and join another community garden. And coming down, I thought, why am I going to join somebody else's garden when this community is looking the way it's looking? Because this lot, this was a dumping ground. And I thought, where am I going to join somebody else's garden? This whole community is going to you know where. I asked a few neighbors how did they feel about us starting a community garden. And they said, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I was working with a fantastic AmeriCorps student, and I told Ryan what we wanted this to look like. New sidewalks, because see, there were no sidewalks out there.
Yeah.
So we want sidewalks in here, we want a fence, we want a shed, and we want water.
And you got pumpkins growing. 'Tis the season.
Yeah, couple pumpkins. There's a big boy in there.
There's a big guy?
Well, somewhat.
All right, so kind of take us through what we're gonna be doing, kind of helping out the garden, making it a little bit bigger.
We're gonna start off with a couple of bush cherries. And then we go on to a area where the currants start. And their companion shrubs are gonna be native flowering plants that provide pollinators and also nitrogen. Yeah, they're gonna kind of go down the line, interplanted with the lead plant and the indigo. So it's gonna be kind of an L. So everything kind of has a purpose, and you wanna make sure that everything you plant in a garden has a purpose. If it's just there for pollinators, then that's enough as well.
Well, we're putting the boxes down on the ground to kill the grass before we plant, and tape is not very good for plants.
Cardboard is the first layer of sheet mulching,
Okay.
also known as lasagna mulching.
Ooh,
So yeah,
layers.
layers. Sounds tasty. The lasagna mulching will start as cardboard. Cardboard is kind of a natural way to suppress the grass and the weeds. And on top of the cardboard will be all the soil that will be being delivered. That will go on top of the cardboard to add to the soil. I'm a firm believer in not depleting the soil, but adding to.
We've had visitors come to this garden from really all around the world. I mean literally around the world to visit this garden. If people look at where this garden is located in this kind of neighborhood, okay? So they feel like, okay, if that's going on there, maybe we can do something like that back where we live, huh? Maybe we can take this idea back and implement it wherever we are, okay? The garden is progressive.
I'd say it's thriving.
It is thriving right there.
After the soil gets on the ground, we shouldn't see any cardboard at all, just nice, beautiful black soil. And then we put our plants in the holes.
It's a special place, Eric, because we have a lot of teamwork out here. I am certainly not a superwoman that, oh wow, look what I did. No, I am not, okay? We have great teamwork, we have great volunteers, and I tell you, our volunteers are really the main people that really help us keep this garden, keep it nice. There was a man living right next door over there, and he said, you know, Miss Willis, just having that garden out there makes me somehow feel safer. The other impact, there were more people living around here then when we had the garden. People could come here, and those broadleaf greens there, that prevented folks from having to go to the store to buy that stuff. So it's been a tremendous impact. We've had 32 health workshops out here for senior citizens, teaching them how to cook healthy, how to eat healthy, how to raise their own veg, because this garden right here belongs to a senior citizen. She has stage 4 cancer, so she's doing very well with it now though. Later years I realized a lot of community gardens don't last as long as this garden has been around, okay? You know, they start up, next thing you know, that whole lot there's weeded over again. And I don't think there's another garden, no, I know there isn't another garden of this magnitude on this side of the North St. Louis, okay?
Yeah.
So I always tell people, this is not Rose's garden. This is number one, is God's garden. And then all the rest of us, we came afterwards.
Thanks, Rosie.
You're welcome, Eric. Come again,
thanks
okay?
for having us.
Yes.
Cherry shrubs are in, the currants are in, all of our plants are in. It's looking really nice, but it's gonna look a lot nicer in a couple years. Special thanks to Urban Harvest for setting this all up with us, and also to Rosie for giving us the whole history of everything. And I'm gonna be back here, because I'm gonna be the first person to eat some of those cherries, I think. I'm coming for you, peppers.
These are hot peppers.
So how hot is this for real though?
You might need some water. Does anybody got water? Yeah.
I'll be all right.
Okay. Tell me the citrus though you first taste.
Oh, yeah, it's sweet. Oh man.
And then hot.
And then it is hot.
Cool.
Oh man. You got me, Drew. What would you throw that on? Matt wants a little snack on that. Mariah, you a fan of the spicy? And what's this guy?
So that's a sweet pepper, and those are our sweets.